Reading Divine Sparks, welcome. I have come on today to have a chat to you about what is going on in the world. What is it that we can do about the craziness that seems to be happening all around us, maybe even inside of us? And why is this happening? And how can we make a change? How can we bring healing? How can we bring light? How can we feel better? So I've been quite into astrology, listening to some fantastic astrologers recently. And one of them is Helen Ensworth, who's a psychologist and an astrologer. And how she explains things and the context she puts in them and the stories she tells just really speak to me. And just recently she put out a post, and I will link it below for you to watch because I think it's quite empowering. Previewing the next 5 years and what is the opportunities and the challenges. And this particularly spoke to and about patriarchy and how we've gotten stuck in a toxic version of patriarchy. So we know we've moved into the Aquarian epoch. We've just come out of the Piscean epoch. Prior to that was Aries, and prior to that was Taurus. So Taurus was a time of honoring and connecting with Mother Earth, and the feminine, the sacred feminine, was valued and appreciated. We had matrilineal societies, and we lived in greater harmony with each other. Everyone had their roles to play. And then as we moved into Aries, which is ruled by Mars, the god of war, things changed. Things changed for the worst, not intentionally, but just by design. So we were supposed to be moving into the exploration of the divine masculine. And what happened is a lot of earth changes. So comets fell from the sky and hit the earth, changed the weather, the sea levels rose dramatically, land was lost, lives were lost, land was lost. And that created a real fear response, a real trauma, obviously. And to add insult to injury, we had nomadic groups that were coming down from Russia into Europe and into the UK, raping and pillaging and destroying on top of this trauma already. So we had to step into a coping strategy. We had to step into control and fighting and defending, basically a fear-based way of living, so that we could keep ourselves safe and our family safe and our community safe and hold on to our lands and all of these things. So what happened, instead of having the sacred masculine explored, we had this wounded masculine, and we never stepped out of that trauma. We're still in post-traumatic stress disorder coping strategy now, with a toxic patriarchy, top-down structure, governments and corporations controlling. There's not egalitarianism. There's no equality between every individual on the planet, no matter what gender. There's not equality, that we've got class systems, we've got elite. So this isn't a healthy situation for us. We're living disconnected from Mother Earth. We're consuming, buying, purchasing, overworking, contributing to the GDP instead of living in harmony. So thousands and thousands of years ago, before we became agrarian and we were hunter-gatherer and nomads, we just spent a few hours a day hunting and gathering food, and the rest of the time was spent socializing and creating art and just being present. We don't have that luxury anymore. And why not? Why have we grown all of the technology and the infrastructure and the complexity that we have without keeping a balance within ourselves and with our environment? So what was showing up in the astrology was that right now and moving forward for the next 6 months or so is a fantastic time for bringing healing to this wounded masculine aspect within all of us and within the collective consciousness of humanity. So I got super inspired. I was listening to this and just going, well, what can I do? I'm working on myself. I'm clearing my patterns. I'm doing my best to connect to my feminine, to Mother Earth more and more, and wanting to step back from consumerism and, just the structure that says you must do. I've been a doer all my life. I've got a very powerful masculine aspect. However, that has not been kind to my body, and it hasn't been kind to my feelings. So I'm working on that. And in doing so, I feel inspired to step more into this feminine authority. And in fact, when I felt empowered or inspired divinely to create an event to offer healing to individuals and the collective humanity, I pulled a card out of my new Isis deck. And basically she said, step into your feminine spiritual authority and leadership. And I was like, okay, that's scary, but I'm doing it. And I would really love your support, so that in supporting me, I can support you to step into your feminine power. Whether you are a man or a woman or somewhere in between, we all have the masculine and the feminine within us. We all have light and love. We all have the negative and the positive polarities. This is what makes life happen. This is the creative energy, the juice of the universe. So it's not a sexist or gender-based thing. It is an energy-based thing. We need to bring the masculine and the feminine energies into harmony within ourselves. Instead of one of them going, I'm the best way to move forward, we have to cope with this stress and this fear and this potential loss and not enough and I'm not enough. And so we're going to operate this way. We need that wounded aspect to have healing, to receive healing, to know that that time has passed. It's not relevant anymore. We live in incredible time where we're so connected. There's incredible technology. There's going to be incredible movement forward for humanity as we step into this Aquarian age. But we're lugging this trauma away along behind us, and it's time to let it go. It's time to reintegrate that and step into the divine masculine, which is something completely different, and into our divine feminine, which has been suppressed and repressed and wiped out of the history books and wiped out of religion. And there's so much of the Herstory that needs telling and bringing awareness to our own power within us. Each one of our divinities, which has the polarities of masculine and feminine within that divinity, everyone has that. So the time is now for everybody to bring some healing to that. We know where maybe we're overworking. We're not listening to our needs. We're not listening to our feelings. We feel pressured and pushed and trapped in a system where we have to keep earning so that we can pay the mortgage and take the holidays and get the kids to school and buy enough food or whatever the pressure is, when there's more than enough on our planet. If we stopped over consuming all the unnecessary stuff and really simplified our lives and realized that why we're here is to connect to each other and to express our divine creativity, we could all be living very, very comfortably with the resources that we have. That's the vision I have. That's the truth that I know in my heart. And this is the new earth frequency. This is the heaven on earth frequency. Why wait to die to go to heaven when we can create it now? So what's required is some healing. So I'm offering an opportunity this Saturday, the 11th of the 11th at 11 o'clock, which kind of worked out without my intention. And they're my favorite numbers. I'm a number 11 numerologically, and I see 11, 11, and 111 everywhere all the time. So I'm offering an hour and a half. We're going to talk a little bit about Herstory, and we're going to bring the astrology, and we're going to bring our energy into our body, connect with our own divinity, connect with the enlightened energies of the blue rose lineage, Mary Magdalene, Yeshua, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin. And we're going to bring in also the energy of Isis for bringing healing to ourselves, to those aspects of the wounded masculine within ourselves who pushed us beyond our limits. Do. And we're going to bring healing to the collective. Now, as we heal ourselves, we heal the world, but we can also intentionally add energy to the collective. And I'm going to repeat this process no matter how many people come this first one. I'm going to do it again and again and again. And I might offer it as a live event in Perth, WA, because I believe in this. This is part of my divine purpose, is to bring separation consciousness, which we've been living in, separate from our divinity, separate from each other, closer to unity consciousness. And the way we do that is bringing healing to the wounded parts of ourselves and reintegrating them. And that brings inner unity. So then we can have unity with all that is. So please share. Please register. I'll put a link below. I'll also put the link for the video from Helen Ensworth. Please like this. Please help me get the message out. And if you can't attend live this Saturday, Perth time 11:11 at 11 a.m., then please watch the recording. If you register, I'll then be able to send you a link for the recording as well. So Divine Sparks, thank you for spending the time to listen to this, and I'm super excited to set these ripples in motion through ourselves and through the collective energy, through the web that connects us all, the quantum field, as we're entangled, as we heal the world. Thank you so much.